Hey guys, I'm really excited today. This is a pretty cool day. I'm helping Rock Island Armory debut the brand new VRF-14. This thing is a firearm. As you can see, it's got some unique configurations that are going to make it not a shotgun and not a short barrel shotgun. It's got a 14-inch barrel. The overall length is about 26 inches. It looks so much like my VR60, and I had some things that worked on my VR60 by Rock Island that I felt like, let me dress this thing up. As you can see, I've got a hand stop. I prefer, in many cases, to put my hand stop on the side of a firearm instead of on the bottom like most people do. This is going to be mostly a hip shooting firearm, if you will. So with my hand being so far out front, close to the muzzle, I felt like this side Magpul hand stop was going to be a little bit more effective for me, because what it does is it fits in the webbing of my hand. And it allows me to point that left thumb, that support thumb forward, which you want your thumbs going forward to the target at all times. So it allows me to do that. It almost forces me to do that, but of course it doubles as a hand stop. It keeps my hand from going any further forward. I've also got a weapons light on here, but this is also a laser. That's why I think this is an effective thing to put on this particular firearm, is because you notice I don't have any sights on here. There's no iron sights. There's not a red dot on here. I'm not going to put one on here. This is a hip shooting firearm. Let me loosen my LBX tactical sling here. And as you can see, whenever I'm ready to shoot this thing in some kind of a home defense situation, I'm going to be able to bring this thing up and hip shoot it. I have no intention of shooting this thing with sights whatsoever. It's 12 gauge, of course. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult to control, but at the same time, I feel like by having my weapons light on here and a laser, if I'm in my home and I'm having to search for any kind of an intruder, I've got a really, really good way of identifying it, but also showing where my lead's going to be and being able to pull that trigger and do what I need to do in the time that I need to do it without worrying about endangering somebody else in my house. So again, that's why I have the weapons light on here. That's also doubling as a laser. This is a Streamlight version. I'll post the details of it online. It's also got the sensor pad over here, the touch pad, if you will. I like that because it's in the position where I want it. Now, it's not taped in right now, mainly because I want to see where I wanted it in a position where I could use it and it wouldn't be in the way, or I wouldn't be accidentally engaging the thing. You're going to obviously recognize everything from the VR60 that Rock Island had out in the full-size shotgun. Everything that worked on a VR60, and even a VR80 for that matter, will most likely work on here. Obviously, magazines are all going to work. I was able to take one of my old VR80 magazines that I'm running through a gun bully segment right now, and I'm using out here at the range today. You'll notice I've got the big stick right here, the 9-round magazine. That's going to work as well. Your polymer 4N has rails on all four sides, short rails on the sides, but long rails on the very bottom and at the top. Be careful about trying to put any kind of vertical grips or anything like that on here. Remember, this is a firearm, so be real careful whenever you are thinking about doing that, if you need one at all. I don't feel like you need one. I felt like the control of the firearm was manageable. What I like to do is, you'll notice by having this LBX sling, it gives me the opportunity. I can cinch up whenever I want to actually bring this thing closer to my body so that it's not smacking me in the pills. But also, whenever I'm ready to shoot this thing, I can pull this release right here, and that's going to allow me, I've set it obviously for my length of pull for my arms, but it's going to allow me to get my hand, just my wrist, pushing out on that sling a little bit, push this thing forward, and when I push it forward, I'm pushing and pulling at the same time. This thing is stable. Yeah, it's a 12 gauge, so it's going to move whenever you shoot it, but at the same time, you're going to maintain full control over this thing at all times. So I highly recommend taking advantage of those sling points that come with the Rock Island VRF-14. I just was able to get so much more accuracy and control over the firearm by having this sling on here and being able to tighten this thing up and really, suck it into my body and into my arms and create that wedge in there where it doesn't have any room to move. The bolt is the innovative buffer bolt system by Rock Island Armory. I think you'll find this as well on the VR60 and the 80. The receiver is 70-75 aluminum. It's going to be chambered to receive 2 3/4 inch rounds or up to 3-inch magnum loads. Let me grab my Axle earbuds and I'll show you how this thing shoots. You know, guys, any day at the range is a great day. You hear me say it a lot. This thing's a lot of fun to shoot. When you catch me at the range right after walking off the range shooting something like the VRF 14, yeah, I'm going to say it's a lot of fun to shoot, but this thing actually is a lot of fun to shoot. I don't traditionally come out here and hip shoot shotguns. Maybe I should, just in case, to get ready if I'm around the house or something and I need to pull off a round that I'm not prepared for, don't have the shotgun shouldered, because I do in fact keep a shotgun next to my bed. This is a firearm that I could see keeping next to your bed because of the maneuverability between walls, through doorways in the house, not bumping into things. If you're trying to sneak through the house to try to locate somebody that might be an intruder of some sort, you're going to have the element of surprise, if you will, of not slamming and banging, and it's going to keep you tighter against your doorways and your walls to move within those walls and the doorways. So I highly recommend this thing for that purpose. Again, I almost think you have to have a weapons light, and maybe one that doubles like mine does. It's a laser. I think that's going to give you some peace of mind of putting those shots where you expect them to be. Control, yeah, you want to get range time with this thing. I'm not going to fool anybody. You're going to come out here and run 10 boxes of shells over here. Your wrists might hurt because it's an unorthodox position that you're not typically used to shooting from. So you have to get used to that also. But at the same time, it's not like it's not manageable. You just have to mentally prepare yourself for that and engage your targets the way you want to until you feel like you got a comfortable setup. Didn't take me but a second to do that. You kind of got to find that right angle of where you want to get positioned at in order to do that. But once you do that, ease of shooting is there. Getting back on target to me was pretty fast. Again, the tightening of the sling helped me out a lot. Check it out if you get a chance. The VRF 14 by Rock Island Armory. A lot of fun to shoot, but I see this thing being a very effective piece to keep your home safe.